What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. So today we have another channel first. We're looking at a case knife, and it's not traditional Tuesday. So this is one of their modern folders. Of course, with Case USA made. This is the Case Kinzua. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is the blue anodized aluminum. There is just some information on their boxes. So again, first modern folder from Case I've ever owned. Inside the box, just some typical paperwork. And then we have the knife itself. So this is a special edition version of the Kinzua, excuse me. This is the anodized eagle. It's the 2024 spring show special. There are still plenty of these available. They're actually on sale right now on Smoky Mountain as I'm filming this. So make sure you check out the link below if you like the Kinzua. And then I think they have a couple other of the modern cases available for sale right now as well. So the sale prices on these guys are ranging anywhere between $100 and $130. Their normal pricing is anywhere between $120 and $200. I think the pricing on this one was in that upper $100 range on the non-sale price. So again, we'll jump into normal stuff, but again, you've got aluminum, S35VN, and this does have the laser etched eagle with the flag in the background. Can't really see much of the flag, but it is there and kind of hanging out. So let's go ahead and jump in here. So you do have a reversible pocket clip there. We'll kind of start from the side that I normally start on, even though the eagle will be upside down. You have a perfectly flush pivot there. Is a captive pivot. I can't do that because that being upside down is going to bug me. Then you have this really nice laser etched eagle design here. Again, a beautiful blue anodized aluminum. Again, some lefty love. Looks like we do have T8 hardware, if my eyes are not lying to me there. So we do have T8 hardware. Go ahead and check that while we're sitting here. That looks really great. That looks great. Go ahead and check. We are straight down the center there. Flip it over here to the other side. So T8 hardware again. It is a frame lock. Case pocket clip. This is kind of their usual for their modern knives. You do have some pretty big mushrooms growing in the shade there. But it is, again, all T8 hardware. So there's that. Really nice pocket clip. The pocket clip actually works really well. This part here is a little robust, I guess you'll call it, just because of those big screws. If they were to use flat screws, they could shrink this down a little bit and make this a little more low profile. But as it sits, it still works really well. I mean, you still have plenty of room, but you do get a little bit of a snag point there with that first screw there. Open pillar construction, flipper only, no jimping. Well, there is jimping, but it's if I didn't even think it could happen, but it's worse than Kaiser's jimping on the flipper. Like it just might as well. It's just atrocious jimping. Again, it just might as well not even be there. But I really like the knife. We'll go ahead and take a look at the stonewash blade here. So you've got they call it a spear point blade, but it looks more like a drop point. It looks more like a standard drop point to me. You do have a flat grind, half height, 3/4 height flat grind, Case branding there. So there you can see that stonewash pattern. It is a really nice stonewash. It's kind of like a larger patterned stonewash. And there is your Kinzua S35. Very nice. Edge looks to be good. It looks like there's a really big burr on it, but I can't feel the burr. So I've noticed that when I was looking at it with my naked eye, it looked like there was a large burr on the knife. Like I said, I really cannot feel it, and I know this thing is nice and sharp because I have carried this guy. So the edge actually looks really good. As far as, there you can see some of the schmutz from use there. It is definitely a toothy edge. It's not a polished edge or anything like that. It is definitely toothy, but it looks to be pretty symmetrical. It might be a little off on one side versus the other. Try to take a look at that tip here. So that tip looks to be pretty good. Might be just a little off to the show side. I can't quite tell. I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. So, some specs on this guy. So we're looking at 3.3 inch blade. It is 8 inches overall, 3.5, right at 3.5 ounces, 3.4 ounces, something like that. So a pretty good size knife. It is a full size blade. Fits good in the hand. It is pretty ergonomic, even with that big, monstrosity there sticking up on the pocket clip. You really don't feel that because of its location. Jimping on the back of the blade is pretty good. It is fairly useful. Not the best jimping I've ever felt, but again, definitely not the worst. Definitely not as bad as what's on the flipper. It is a fairly thin frame lock, so you don't really have any issues there. It feels really nice in the hand. Lockup on it is superb. Let's go ahead and get in, check out that lockup. So lockup is fantastic. It's kind of perfect lockup there. You do have that steel insert going on. It does have a built-in over travel, as you can see there. But this is not one of those knives where it's not made to be a fidget knife. So if you take that aspect out of it, of how the knife guys, quote unquote knife guys, close their knives. If you take that part out of it, this knife, there's nothing wrong with it. Just there's the way it works. There's nothing wrong with the way it works. But what's the issue that I have, or that you would have with this knife if you want to use it in the the way that the knife guys typically do, where they drop it and let it come down on their finger and then close it. If you can see there, that's where your detent is. So it has a super late detent, and because of the flipper size and where the cutout is, you have double clutch. So if you take that part out of it, aside from the issue with the jimping on the flipper, I really have no problems with this knife whatsoever. So what I do on my end to avoid the double clutches, I come down further into the finger choil and let it fall down that way, and then I can close it without any issues. Or if I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way, just using my finger, close it as I go. Even then, I still do get some double clutching issues, but all in all, said if I just practice with it enough to where I just come down into that finger choil a little bit and don't have to really worry about it, except for right there where it did double clutch again on me. Again, outside of that, I don't know if you would call that just a nitpick, or if that's if that ends it for you, if it takes it out of contention for you to be a knife that you would own. I'll leave that to you. It's not one that, like I said, for looking at what I paid for it, for a $100 knife, USA made with S35, I can overlook a few things. I personally would like to see this potentially be a thumb stud design. You could very easily make this a thumb stud design, or if you just took away a little bit of this finger choil, because it is a very very healthy finger choil there. If you just took that away a little bit and just kind of ground that flat, or a little flatter, that would allow you to come down here on this choil a lot easier, and then you wouldn't have anything else to really worry about. You could just let that come, and it does have a really good action. The flipper works really well. It's just like I said, you just have to be careful with that whole double clutch. Outside of that, I really have zero issues with the knife. Like I said, left-handed, it feels great. Right-handed, it feels just fine. You don't feel anything from the lock bar. It is sharp out of the box. So this has been used a little bit, but it is a sharp knife. It's not a it's not a super polished edge. It is a toothy edge. So it is what's called, what I would consider, a working edge. But I've had absolutely zero issues with any of the work I've asked of it, between cutting zip ties and taking chunks of wood off of cable reels and so on and so forth. Again, I've had zero issues with it. No issues with hot spots or anything like that either in any of my use on it. Just seems to be pretty good. Now, I haven't put it through its paces as far as the coating or anything like that goes, so I can't speak to the longevity of the anodizing on the aluminum. So I'm assuming it's a hard coat anodizing, but I can't say for sure. There are a ton of different Kinzuas on Smoky Mountain's website that are on sale currently. So like I said, go through and check them out. I'm going to try to put this video up sooner rather than later, so they'll actually still be on sale when y'all see this video. And then, yeah, if it's one that you guys like I said, there's so many different designs, so many different options available for this thing. So anyway, if y'all like it, let me know if it's something that you guys own. Let me know how you like it. If you have an issue with the double clutch or anything like that, or how you're get around that. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, just remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.